One evening in the middle of the ocean, a man I named Juan was swimming with a heavy rainstorm. He swam hard, clinging to his rowing boat. Juan regained consciousness. He was on the beach of an island. He ran to look around the island for people. Unable to find anyone, he tried to climb a rock to look away. He continued to walk into the thick bamboo forest, heading towards the top of the mountain. When he reached the top of the mountain, he saw that there were no people or other islands near the island where he was staying. When he came back down, he found a freshwater pond. Then he went up the tree to pick some fruit to fill his stomach. Juan slips and falls into the cave as he tries to climb to the top again. There was water in the cave, and there was nothing for him to climb back up. Juan decides to dive down the cave to cross the narrow cliff. Fortunately, his efforts saved him from danger. After resting, he went to collect some dead bamboo trees in the forest. In that evening, he saw a large number of newly hatched baby turtles heading for the sea. When the night came, Juan saw a long bamboo bridge. He is very happy because he can leave the island. Juan wakes up and realizes that this is just his dream. The next morning, Juan uses a bamboo stick to make a huge raft. After a while, he started to leave the island in a raft he made. When he left the island a little farther, an animal came and crushed his raft. He tried to look in the water, but could not find any animals. He swam back to the island angrily. On the same day, he prepared another bamboo raft to leave the island. But an unknown animal came to interrupt his journey again. Juan tried to look in the water, but there were no animals. Juan's raft was crushed a second time. It was getting late, and Juan swam back to the island. That evening he was not feeling well. This could be because he was eating unclean food. He came to sleep unconscious under a bamboo tree. He slept without food for a whole day and night. He later regained consciousness when he heard music playing. Juan tries to run out from the bamboo forest to see the sound source. At that moment, he saw 4 people playing music on the beach. He ran to the 4 men so that they could help him. But when he ran to them, they disappeared from his sight. In fact, the image of people playing music is just Juan's hallucination. The next morning, Juan seems to have regained some of his strength. He came into the forest to pick bamboo to raft again. At that moment, he saw a dead seal lying on the beach. Then he skinned the seal for use. At this point, Juan built another raft and began to leave the island for the 3rd time. This time he was holding a bamboo stick to prepare for any animal that would interfere with his journey. At that moment, he was shocked. A large red turtle appeared next to Juan's raft. The red turtle smashed his raft again. When Juan fell into the water, the red turtle did not harm him. Then the red turtle swam away, leaving Juan in the water. Juan returned to the island, very angry with the red turtle. He climbed to the top of the mountain to scream in anger. At that moment, he saw the red turtle that had crushed his raft before coming to the beach. He hurried down the hill to the red turtle. Angered by the red turtle too much, he hit the turtle with a bamboo stick. And then he lifted the turtle upside down so that it would not move. Juan starts rafting again as the sky begins to darken. The next day, Juan resumes rafting while the red turtle stays still on the beach. He came to catch fish as usual. He came to see the red turtle lying still, as if it were dead. That night he dreamed that the corpse of a red turtle was floating in the air. He woke up in the middle of the night. He then came to examine the turtle to see if it was dead. He tried to lift the turtle back to normal, but could not. He tries to get water to water the turtle, hoping it can be revived. But his efforts seemed a little too late. Juan seems to regret what he did to the turtle. Juan slept next to the turtle carcass until dawn. At around 4 a.m., Juan woke up when he heard the sound of a turtle cracking. Then he was shocked. He did not seem to believe what he saw. The turtle corpse turned into a red-haired woman, whom I would like to name her Ava. Juan heard a beating heart as he listened. He hurriedly took a bamboo tube and drew fresh water to feed Ava. The sky gets hotter as the sun rises. Juan covered Ava with leaves to keep her out of the sun. He continues to feed Ava, but she is still unconscious. The next day the sky began to rain. Juan walks into the forest to get more leaves to cover Ava. While Juan was not there, Ava seemed to move her limbs and regain consciousness. When Juan returns from collecting leaves, he no longer sees Ava in the turtle shell. He tried to find Ava everywhere on the island, but could not find her. When night came, Juan slept alone by the sea. The next morning, Juan saw Ava standing in the sea. Juan was about to run to meet her in the water, but she showed that she had no clothes. Juan then took off his shirt and left it on the beach for Ava to wear. He then waits in the bamboo forest to give Ava time to put on his coat. After a while, Juan came out of the bamboo forest but did not see Ava. Then he climbed to the top of the mountain. At that time, Ava was seen dragging her turtle shell into the sea. Juan rushes to Ava. When Juan arrives, Ava is pushing her turtle shell into the sea, indicating that she will continue to live on the island. Juan walks over to see the raft he has half built. He still seems to be hesitant. But later Juan also pushed his raft into the sea, indicating that he no longer wanted to leave the island. Juan and Ava get to know each other. And the two began to live together as a couple. Some time later, Juan and his wife gave birth to a beautiful baby boy, whom I would like to name Jace. Looks like Juan's small family is really happy. One day Jace picked up a bottle of wine that floated on the beach. Then he took the bottle and showed it to his mother. He then continues to run around with a bottle of wine happily, as it has never seen a human utensil before. At that time, Juan brought Jace to the beach. Juan draws on the sand to tell Jace that apart from the island where they live, there are many people and many other kinds of animals. One day, Juan's family went up to the top of the mountain to pick some vegetables. At that moment, Jace slipped and fell into the cave, which Juan had also fallen into before. Juan was about to jump in to help Jace, but his wife would not let him. Jace did not drown, but instead was able to breathe in the water. Ava signals her son to swim out of the cliff. Jace then swam down to the bottom of the cave as his mother told him. He can then swim out of the cave successfully. As it swam back to land, it encountered a turtle. It swims in the water with the turtle for a while before coming back ashore. Juan jumps into the water anxiously from Jace. In the evening, Ava puts the baby to sleep on her shoulders. She stared at the rising moon, as if worried about something. Years later, Jace grew older. Juan and Jace help each other to pick some fruits. On the way back to the shelter, the father and son ran after each other happily. In his spare time, Juan's son dives under the sea. At that moment, he saw a pair of turtles swimming. Then it swims with the turtle. In the seabed there are many turtles swimming. Jace swims until nightfall and then returns to shore. He came and slept under a tree next to his parents. One day, Juan's family was collecting clams by the sea for food. It's so strange that swallows were flying and screaming all over the sky. The seawater began to recede rapidly. Jace walks to the pond to fill wine bottle with fresh water. Juan and his wife were very surprised. At that time, Ava noticed that the surface of the sea was strangely white. Jace hurried to his parents when he heard the roar of the water. Then a tsunami crashed into the island where Juan's family lived. Minutes later, the giant waves calmed down, leaving pieces of bamboo floating all over the water. Some small and large animals on the island were killed. Jace was not seriously injured. He tries to get out of the pile of bamboo that covers him. Then Jace hurried to find his parents. After a while, he saw his mother lying unconscious and with a leg injury. Jace leaves his mother for now and continues to search for his father. There is no sign that Juan is on the island. Jace continues to dive into the sea in search of his father with the help of some turtles. Jace tried to dive until late at night, but still could not find him. Jace was tired and slept on the turtle's back until dawn. In the morning, Jace seemed to catch a glimpse of his father in the distance. It's actually Juan, he's clinging to a bamboo tree. Exhausted, Juan lost his catch and sank to the bottom of the sea. Fortunately, the turtles and Jace came to rescue Juan on time. Ava ran to hug her husband excitedly. The next day, the three began to reorganize their lives. They gathered bamboo sticks and burned them. A few months later, the plants on the island seemed to regenerate. Jace found his bottle of wine, which he had left in a pond during the tsunami. One night Juan dreamed that another tsunami was coming to the island, but it was not moving. Jace jumps into the giant wave and swims to the top of it. He saw his parents walking on the beach. Jace turned to the other side of the wave and see a boundless sky. Jace's dream wakes him up. He really wants to know what the outside world looks like. Jace walks around the island at night alone. He then walks over to his parents, who are sleeping on the grass. Jace tells Juan and Ava that he wants to leave the island. Ava is not happy to hear her child say this. In the last night, Juan's family slept together on the grass. Ava could not sleep because she did not want her son to leave. The next morning, Jace hugs his parents for an adventurous trip to the outside world. After saying goodbye to his parents, Jace began his journey by swimming with a turtle accompanying him. Juan and Ava just stood and watched their only child leave. Juan's small happy family now has only 2 people left. Over the years, Juan has been waiting for his son to return. One evening, Juan and Ava walk together and dance on the beach. When night came, the couple slept on the beach as usual. Juan seems to realize that his time has come. He stared at the moon rising overseas for the last time. Juan then closed his eyes dead quietly. Ava cries when she learns that her husband has died. Ava lay next to Juan's body, stroking his arm gently. Suddenly, Ava transformed into a red turtle. Our story ends when the red turtle slowly heads back to the sea.